What's good? What's good, everybody? What's going on? What's going on, wrestling world? You know what this is. This is another episode of JAWU. You know how we do it. Wrestling talk at its finest. And let's start off the show by saying today is the day of survival. Today is the day of survival. Survivor Series is here. All right.
Worst pay-per-view build in history.
Worst pay-per-view build in history, according to my guy. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. I want to start off by introducing my co-host Jay Andre Frederick. What's good, my bro?
What's going on, y'all?
What's good? What's good? Now I gotta introduce a brother who's already been adopted into the family. I mean, we talk about bloodline. This guy in the two times that we've done shows, in the times that we done had conversation, has already became like a brother to us. My guy, who's the original Yelper from Yelp, I Like Wrestling, from the group. All right, follow them on Facebook too, because they talk a lot of great wrestling. I'm telling you, it's a lot of wrestling fanatics over there. You know how we do it. We done collaborated and put things together. I'm gonna let him introduce himself because he did it the last time. So I'm gonna let him introduce himself again.
Yo, what's going on, world? It's like you said, the original Yepper. In the Yep, I Like Wrestling Hall of Fame. I got the trophy. I got the Owen Hart Cup to show for it. Nah, it's your boy Rels, man. I'm always happy to talk wrestling, man. I could talk about that shit all day if I had to.
No doubt about it, man. He here with us. It's good to have a brotherhood here. You see the bloodline here. The bloodline is here. No pun intended. Wait a minute, though. Hold up. Time out. Speaking of the bloodline, we got a hot question of the day right here coming up. As we get into Survivor Series match card predictions and we talk about wrestling in a session, we got a question of the day. We got to put it out there because it has to be asked. If we would be wrong not to ask this question. Will the Brahma Bull, will the People's Champ, will the pie eating, eyebrow raising, trailblazing, The Rock show up to Survivor Series? Put your answers in the comment section. Let us know what you think. Will The Rock show up tonight? By the way, I know somebody else who's going to show up later on, and that's my guy, Dalton D-Man Smith, who was just here earlier. But will The Rock show up tonight? Let's elaborate on that a little bit as we talk about the bloodline and start off this show with the Survivor Series prediction card, match card predictions, things of that nature. Rels. Jay Andre, will he show up?
Go ahead, Jay Andre. You can answer first.
I appreciate it. My answer to that is it's a mixed bag. I'm gonna say yes because I was a fan of The Rock when I was growing up. I'm gonna say yes, and the only reason I'm gonna say yes is because they don't really need to advertise them. They didn't advertise Brock return at SummerSlam. They didn't advertise John Cena return at the Money in the Bank. They may want to keep the trend going of when Reigns win a big match that you bring in somebody, and then going back 10 years ago when he returned for the WrestleMania co-host, they didn't advertise his return then. I think they want a big pop, kind of like a punk pop that he got at AEW. I think that goes over better than advertising him coming out and people know him, but him coming out at the end of the show, Reigns holding up the belt. So I'm gonna say yes.
Hearing what he says, I'm going to say yes as well. But it's also, once again, at the expense of one of your superstars. So you're going to have Roman beat Big E, which then makes the WWE Championship look like nothing, just to get that Rock pop at the end. The problem I have with these, and I know I'm going off topic a little bit, but the problem I have with this whole Roman thing is that at what point do you let somebody get an upper hand on him and beat him? Because you're going to have a situation where there's going to be where we as fans are going to never look at anybody as credible enough to ever fight him. I can't think of anybody on that roster right now, probably with the exception of Brock. And even then he already lost that crown jewel. So like who can you even take as a serious person to beat him? I see they're keeping him and Drew away from each other for now, but we all know even when that happens, Drew is not going to win the title.
That is very interesting. That is a very interesting concept. And I agree with both of you guys. I mean, The Rock doesn't need to be advertised. I don't think. If we're going,
disagree. I highly disagree. If the rumors are true that they're not selling tickets, The Rock should have been advertised, because I guarantee you that Barclays Center would have been in full pack capacity if they knew The Rock was coming.
Well, do we know if it's in full pack? Do we know if it's tonight?
And last time I heard, the Survivor Series show and the Raw show weren't doing well tickets wise.
Woo! I mean,
think about how many times they ran the New York market in the last couple of months, though.
I mean, you got some good exceptional points, phenomenal points. I'm just saying that I agree with both of you. I agree on one end, The Rock doesn't need to be advertised because, again, if we're going by what we've seen the WWE, which is a copycat league right now, it's a copycat league. Let's be clear.
The WWE fans are not going to like that one.
Oh, I bet they ain't. But hey, I got to tell the truth on it. Cheers to the WWE fans, but I got to be real with y'all. It's a copycat league, sir. If that's the case, then The Rock may pop up at the end of the show, especially if Reigns is obviously Reigns and Big E will be the main event tonight. There's no question. There should be no question about it.
And then Big E will lose the title. Then Big E will lose the match, and we will no longer care about Big E as champion.
But wait a minute, time out. Is this a can you be disqualified in this match? Is this a match that you could be disqualified?
Let's be clear. Do you not see the BS that they pulled on SmackDown?
Yes.
Where technically Xavier Woods beat Roman by disqualification, causing his first loss in like almost 2 years, only for Xavier to come on SmackDown and say it ended in a no contest.
Right.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah,
I saw that.
Yeah, so you really think it's going to end in a disqualification, and then they're going?
No, I'm asking. Could it be that way?
No, Reigns gonna beat him straight up.
Okay.
I don't know. It's not going to.
I don't want to say straight up because you know the Usos are going to interfere.
Right.
You know, Xavier Woods will probably get himself involved to try to help Big E. Whether Kofi comes back or not, nobody knows. But it's still going to be outnumbered.
Right. Well, I'm sorry. What I mean by straight up is he gonna get the 1, 2, 3. He's gonna pin him decisively 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm. And my thing is, you want to build up. Eventually, they're building up for a McIntyre Roman match. I don't even want to see that. They did that last year at Survivor Series, and Roman won. Why would I want to see it again?
First of all, no. Rels, you being real nice by saying Roman won. No, Drew got slumped. That's what happened. No. Tell it. He got slumped. He got put to sleep. He guillotine.
Okay, he got put to sleep due to what?
Yes.
Interference before that? Which
is
like 95% of Roman's matches now.
Yeah, of course we know, but he got still put to sleep. Good night. Night. Sleeping. He was sleeping. I mean, didn't Bobby put him to sleep too? Bobby put him to sleep too.
My thing is, right? How many times will Drew get punked out by these wrestlers and come back for revenge? So you mean to tell me, like, right after that, he just couldn't have came on SmackDown the next week and at least Claymore the Usos or something?
Again, this is WWE we talk about. But this WWE we talk about. Now,
once again, over on that other show that we love so well, if this was long-term story booking, and I'm gonna keep saying this until it comes true, if this was long-term story booking, the end result would be Jey Uso beating Roman for the title. But we know that's not gonna ever happen.
Right, absolutely. Now, on the other side, I do agree with Rels what he's saying as far as how do you not book them? But here's the two things on a Libra scale: do you book? Do you tell people?
How do you not book?
Let's
be real. How do you not book the most highest paid, most popular actor in Hollywood? How do you not advertise that?
Well, again,
that man is not wrestling anymore. That man is an actor.
And again,
Wayne.
This is right, and this is WWE. We talking about. I mean, they didn't book Rock.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The Rock come out, you're going to get a pop. But then guess what's going to happen? He's going to come out, and then you're not going to see him again until like a week before WrestleMania. So it kind of makes no sense either. It's not like Rock is going to be on SmackDown Friday. It's not like he's going to pop up at the Rumble. He might pop up what maybe 2-3 weeks maybe a month before WrestleMania, if that's the match still. If so, you have him pop out tonight for everybody to have the shock factor to not see him for 3 months.
Well, here's the funny part. You ready for this? Here's the funny part. As much as I agree with both of y'all, I think Roman doesn't win tonight. Hold on.
The only reason I
gotta have a shining moment.
No, only reason I disagree with you on that one, because if history dictates itself, New Day stood tall on Friday, which means Roman's not losing.
Yep, that's true.
Oh, well, that's true too.
Only in AEW where you can't predict that.
Right, I can agree with that, but this is why I say that this stuff is kind of predictable. Jay Andre and Dalton, I say hashtag typical wrestling, because we see this all the time. They show these matches before the pay-per-view, and they become super predictable.
Like,
and
who in their mama didn't know Big E was coming out Friday? Like, who really thought? Once Xavier was like, "Yo, the Roman Empire goes down tonight," I'm like, Big E's there.
I totally understood that. Dalton, D-Man.
If one thing I'm realizing, the only 6 people WWE care about is a Bloodline and New Day. Everybody else is expendable.
Well, here's what I ask you, Dalton.
Remember how we did the whole draft? Remember how we did the whole draft last time?
Yes, I do.
We should do something soon on who you think is untouchable in WWE, who can't get cut. Because I got a list. It's about a handful, and that's about it.
D-Man, how do you feel about tonight's match? It seems like it's just predictable all the way around. You try not to make it predictable, but is it really? It has like almost zero unpredictability.
It's WWE we're talking about.
Right.
Well, it's WWE though, but like to The Rock, I don't see him showing up at Survivor Series. The only way I can see him at the end of the match, but I think Big E will probably beat Roman Reigns. I could see it though, and for the past 3 years, like every Universal Champion, they have beaten who was WWE Champion before, so it could be a chance that Big E will be Roman Reigns.
Interesting.
Nobody's beating Roman Reigns. What part of that you guys don't understand? Yo, Vince McMahon finally got the Roman Reigns he want. You think he's gonna get pinned? Absolutely not.
Well, I'm not saying like as a pin, like it could be like a possibly disqualification. That's my opinion.
Okay, so I get what you're saying on that one, but like before you had jumped on, right? I had just mentioned about how technically Xavier Woods beat Roman like a week ago by disqualification, but yet this week on SmackDown, what you heard Xavier Woods say is that they turned it into a no contest. So they don't want Roman losing by no disqualification. It's not going to happen. That man's going to cleanly win his matches. I'm going to say I'm going to go out so far as to say the guy who beats Roman Reigns for the title is probably somebody on NXT.
Wow.
Let's look at the roster now. Let's be clear. Let's look at the main roster now. Who do you think on that main roster right now could be Roman?
Nobody.
Now, I'm going to tell you one thing. If somehow, let's just say, God forbid, if Roman gets hurt tonight and injured and out for a while, WWE's screwed.
Question of the day, folks. Will The Rock show up? It is the 25th anniversary. Will he show up? Eric Reed said Roman will lose tonight.
I hope you're right. But I just don't see it. And then the thing about it, what did WWE do for a Rock 25th anniversary? Had a 25-man battle royal with a bunch of jobbers. So the only way I see is that the winner who wins tonight.
Jobbers, though, it makes no sense.
Yeah, but I look at it like the winner tonight will be the one who keeps his job. Knowing WWE, the winner tonight will probably get fired by Tuesday.
What?
WWE's not holding on. Look, I'm looking more forward to the Elite versus Undisputed Era in AEW than I'm looking forward to anything WWE got going on right now.
Wow. All right. With that being said, this is why I said I think Big E's gonna win, because I think it'll alleviate everybody from thinking the Rock is coming. If Big E wins tonight, Rock not coming.
Okay, I agree with you. But if Roman wins, you know Rock's coming out at the end. Okay, put it this way: if Roman's in that ring at the end of the night, and the Usos are in that ring celebrating with him, the Rock is coming out.
But then again, it's WWE. Though Roman could win and Rock still won't come out.
Yeah, that's true. Because we'll be all waiting for it, right? And then you see the ending credits, and it'll be going
Right.
on.
Yeah.
They can do us all and just have Rock do some satellite promo.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? That is probably exactly what they would do too. You know, that is. I didn't even think about that. The satellite promo. Oh my God!
You know what we didn't talk about? So nobody ever thinks there's a chance that Brock might come back out tonight, because I know he's advertised for the December 10th SmackDown show. There's a chance Brock could still come out and interfere too.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like we heard, The Rock may not come back. Like what I heard, they're planning to make a triple threat match at WrestleMania between Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns, and Brock Lesnar. Anyway.
Yeah, that's why a couple of weeks ago Drew McIntyre did the Kimura lock.
Exactly.
Mm.
A lot of jewels being dropped.
That's a match, and guess who gets pinned in that match? It won't be Roman, and it won't be Brock. So you sacrifice another guy, another superstar for the sake of that.
Oh boy, Drew. All right, so let's be clear. We all know the storyline. Obviously, King Woods and all that. The Usos being involved, and Roman. No contest. Who do we got? Because all of this took place during this whole rivalry between him and Big E coming up at Survivor Series. Big E looked like he was taking Roman to the woodshed for a second. So who do we all have? We got Roman? We all got Roman today?
I got Roman.
I'm gonna say at first I would say Big E, but I changed my mind. I would say Roman Reigns.
Okay.
I want to see Roman Reigns. Well, go ahead. My bad.
We need to have some stakes with this, man. We need some type of
some stakes.
Nah, we need like the winner with the predictions who wins gets something. I don't know. Because I'm pretty sure we're all not gonna have the same opinion. But we all agree Roman's gonna win. But D-Man might win. He might win tonight just based off of Roman. He predicted Big E winning.
Well, I mean, want Big E to win though, but it's not gonna happen though. I mean, we not say agree with opinion though.
I mean, what we saying? What's the prediction? What we doing? What we gonna do?
I got Roman via Uso interference, like always.
Yeah.
All right, so what's the wager? I want to know what the wager is now. What's the wager? Whoever get the most right, what's the wager?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. We got to figure it out.
Yeah, I would love to know what the wager is on that. We'll figure it out during the show. By the way, y'all watching JAWU, Jeremiah Andrews Wrestling Elite, and everybody thinks this guy is winning tonight. Everybody's got this guy.
That man has final boss level music. How could he lose?
But you know what? Let me say something. Here's something that I was thinking about over the last few days, and here's something I think about. I think that it is going to be a big angle that happens at the end of the night, regardless, because it's been so badly built. But here's another thing I can see.
Yeah, I think so too. Because it's almost like they booked this pay-per-view to look poorly on purpose.
Right. But here's another thing I think can happen. Rollins got that contract. That
but that's not. Is that a Money in the Bank though? Is it like almost similar to Money in the Bank?
I think so, because they did it on NXT with the one dude and he cashed it in and he won the title.
Carmelo, you're right. Yep.
Yeah, I think Rollins cashes it in on Big E if Rock don't appear.
Yeah, but then guess what? So now you really gonna piss the Barclays crowd off even more. So not only does Big E get pinned once, he gets pinned twice. And you know that's going to be the narrative behind that, right? Vince don't care about black wrestling.
Black people, yeah.
You really want to.
Rels, I'm glad that you brought that narrative up. We already know that narrative.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think New Day is so untouchable in Vince McMahon's eyes. I don't see him getting pinned twice in one night. Now, now, think about this. What if somehow he can use that contract to put himself in that match and make it a triple threat?
Yeah.
And then the funny thing, I'm gonna sadly say Big E probably still gets pinned.
He gets pinned. Yeah.
But would it be an interesting dynamic if what if they reenact almost like a WrestleMania moment where Seth cashes that in just to be in the match, but he somehow ends up pinning Roman instead? There's no reason we should be booking this company better than they do.
Right.
No reason, but we do. We've been doing that for a while now. Booking it. Listen, what if they make it a title match? What if they make it a title versus title match? Seth comes in the match. Whoever's pinned loses their title. Bro, I can imagine. Yo, what if Roman was to lose tonight and Seth was the penny?
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. The time when Roman actually finally does lose is gonna be because the Usos did something that backfired, and that's when it's gonna restart that feud.
So we having kind of like the Kenny Omega Young Bucks situation.
Yeah, I still feel like the Usos and Roman feud is not over because I still feel like there's no way we were supposed to believe that Jimmy Uso just decided to just up and join Roman with no explanation.
Right.
Like he literally had a shirt that says "I'm not your bitch," and then like a week later was like, "Yo, I'll fall in line."
Yeah.
Maybe
Vince told him to fall in line.
I mean, we don't know it was going that way anyway, but I just feel like it wasn't as dramatic as I thought it was gonna be. It was just like, okay, I'm part of you guys now. Like,
I don't know, man. We'll see. I guess we're gonna have to watch. We're gonna have to watch and see. Everybody got Roman Reigns winning this joint.
We'll find out.
Yeah, I guess we will find out. Definitely. Put your comments in the comment section. Let us know who you got. Do you have Roman? Do you got Big E? Put it in the comment section. We got more to talk about. We got a whole lot more to talk about. We got to talk about this feud coming up. Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch. Boy, oh boy.
Do I have to pick a winner? Because I really don't care about either one of them.
Yes, you got to pick a winner. Of course, you got to pick a winner.
All right, I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna say Charlotte's winning.
I think that
Liv's gonna interfere and cost Becky the match.
I think that
Liv.
Oh.
Because it's a battle of who you hate the most right now. Because really, Becky sucks too. At this point, she'd have been better off just staying as a good guy. Her deciding to go into this heel route is not working. Maybe Ronda comes back tonight, fucks them both up. Now, you want to talk about a big pop from a surprise? That would be a surprise.
That would be.
That would be crazy. D-Man, what's your thoughts on this?
Well, honestly, I could see Charlotte Flair win tonight. And, like, I could see interference. Like, Liv Morgan might cost Becky Lynch the match. I could see that happening.
I think their promo, their unscripted promo where Becky throws the title at Charlotte drops is going to be better than the actual match, to be honest with you. I'm not a fan of Becky Lynch at all. I think she steals a lot of stuff. She acts like Conor McGregor, the female Conor McGregor at WWE. And then now you're using the rock bottom. So I'm not a fan of neither one of them. But
you know what would be enjoyable? I would enjoy if Charlotte used all of Andrade's moveset and Becky used all of Seth's moveset. That would be hilarious.
But
she beat Charlotte with a stomp.
I'm going against the pack though, and I'm going with Becky Lynch. I think Becky Lynch wins tonight.
Yeah, my heart is telling me Becky, although my mind is telling me Charlotte. But I feel like if Charlotte really is all in the doghouse like they say she is, I feel like Becky will win too.
The Irish last kicker to the man, to Becky 2 belts, to big time Bex. Becky, who the hell are you? There is nothing natural about you. From your catchphrases to your orange hair to God knows what else. You know what you are? You're just a fabricated champion. Now, I'm not saying that you've never had your moments, like at WrestleMania 35 when you won both titles in one match. Because of me? Or when you made your triumphant return at SummerSlam and beat the fastest rising star in 26 seconds, Bianca Belair. But at Survivor Series, a week come Sunday, Bex, you're gonna have a new nickname. Becky? Say it with me, guys. You ready? Becky? Charlotte beat me. Charlotte's far superior. I came back from having a baby too soon. Charlotte's gonna beat me up.
She did all that talking and Becky Lynch is out to beat her tonight. That's what's about to happen. Nah.
You know what's crazy? Of all the champion versus champion matches, they managed to keep those two away from each other since that belt exchange. But I've also realized too, they also don't care about the U.S. title and the Intercontinental title either, because those two wrestlers haven't even went cross paths either.
Yeah, they don't. Charlotte talked all that stuff and gonna get beat at Survivor Series. You didn't notice that Becky came back and ended up being the top woman immediately as soon as she came back.
And that probably was what bothers her the most.
It bothers her the most. That's why she gonna get beat tonight. She know damn well Stephanie McMahon done Becky Lynch up.
That match goes 26 seconds.
Yo, if that match go 26 seconds and she lose, I'ma laugh. I'ma die laughing, bro. Listen, I got Becky Lynch to win this one. Becky needed more. It goes back to the philosophy of who needs it more, Charlotte or Becky. Charlotte don't need it that much.
Nah,
she don't.
Becky don't need it either. To be honest, neither one of them don't need it. To be honest, this is at some point. This is when Mandy Rose should just come up and beat both of them, destroy the women's division even more.
Oh Lord Jesus, you dropping some crazy jewels tonight, D-Man. Who you got?
What is it again?
I said, what is it again? Becky versus Charlotte.
I just said Charlotte.
Oh, okay. You got Charlotte. Jay Andre, you got Becky. I'm taking Becky. Rails, you got Charlotte or Becky?
I'm taking Charlotte. Fuck it. Just because nobody else wants it, I'll take her.
All right. Moving on. Why not? We got Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. Obviously, Team Raw: Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Austin Theory.
It's gonna come down to Drew McIntyre and Lashley. Seth Rollins gonna be the sole survivor.
Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Austin Theory, who is the total oddball in this one, and Bobby Lashley.
Okay, so this is how I see this plays out, right? Owens and Balor gonna cancel each other out because it seems like they're starting a feud, so they're gonna end up eliminating each other. Austin Theory is gonna revert back to when he was under the Messiah gimmick with Seth, and somehow Lashley's not gonna get pinned. Lashley's gonna get counted out. That's a WWE logic. If man that powerful, that strong doesn't get pinned, he just gets counted out or gets himself disqualified. So Seth will end up being. It's gonna come down to Seth and McIntyre, and then Seth's gonna end up winning because Corbin's gonna cost McIntyre the match. You heard it here first.
Wow, Jay, what's your thoughts? D-Man, what's your thoughts?
Well, first of all, before I get predictions, my opinion, Austin Theory, he should not be in the match. I think AJ Styles should have been in the match to begin with.
D-Man, to feed off of that, you're right. Because you know what they should have did? AJ should have been in that Survivor Series match. Austin Theory could have been in that 25-man Battle Royal and won it.
Exactly.
It makes no sense to have AJ in some random-ass Battle Royal.
Right.
And I'm gonna Brazil. I'm gonna say Team Raw. Like at the end,
I got
Corbin. He's gonna cost Drew McIntyre the match.
See?
And the only survivors I could see is Seth Rollins and Bobby Lashley. In my opinion.
And the only reason I see Seth Rollins because Seth Rollins currently has that contract, so they don't want to make him look. They don't want to make him look weak.
See, I'm gonna go against back again. I'm going Team SmackDown, and the only reason I'm going to get with Team SmackDown because one person on that in that whole 10-man roster besides Rollins has been built, and that's McIntyre. I think Drew McIntyre and Jeff Hardy do a similar to what Jeff and Triple H did years ago. They kind of make a bond in the tag team match, and they eliminate people. Drew is the next challenger for Roman to possibly take the title off of Roman. So I think they continue that build with Drew, and they build him up, and he wins it. And I think Team SmackDown wins it, and I think Team Raw explodes. But the reason y'all say about the contract is the reason why I say Seth Rollins walk out the match and say, "Hey, I don't need this."
You know what? That actually makes a point too. That makes a point. That actually makes a really good point. I didn't even think about that. He might just be like, "Yo, this ain't worth my time. I got bigger things to worry about."
John Dre's got a point about that too.
Yeah, that is a really good point. Y'all dropping some jewels tonight on these matches. I could see a lot of activity going on tonight.
But we could all agree the last two is going to be Seth and Drew.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
Oh, could be. Yeah, very well. And what? Seth just walks away?
Yeah.
Just think about it. The only face on the team of Raw is Balor. Everybody else is heels.
Yep.
But it's stupid. You throw together these teams like even that was poorly built. That was just thrown together on a fucking YouTube thing at 3:00 on Twitter.
Right.
We're half the team that's not even there anymore on both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Craziness. A lot of crazy.
Jeff Hardy getting eliminated for Sami Zayn coming out and costing him because he took his spot, but he made sure he was the reason he didn't get into the match.
Wow.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Yeah. All right. How do y'all see the eliminations going? Like, who gets eliminated first?
I'm gonna say this: the first one to get eliminated. You know what's crazy? I would not be surprised if Austin Theory got eliminated first because he tried to do some real dumb stuff to like Drew when the bell starts and gets caught with a claymore and gets pinned. I think he's wacky enough to try something really slick at the beginning and catch a kick and it's over.
Yeah, that could happen. Definitely.
So this is how I see the eliminations going. Theory first, Hardy second, because Jeff Hardy's really just there just to be there. Let's be honest. Theory first, Hardy second. I feel like Balor will be third because of Owens. Then I say, I say okay. So I say Balor, and then I say Owens, which then Seth.
To even get on that point, I have to say I can see Owens and McIntyre being the last two, and the only reason I can say that is because Rollins and Owens. It comes down to Rollins and Owens versus McIntyre. Rollins walks out on Owens, said, "I don't need this. I got the contract already." They've been fighting for the WWE title or a shot at it, and McIntyre beats Owens with the Claymore and ends it.
Yeah, Owens is on his way out the company anyway.
Right.
So it don't even make a difference at this point.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. How about the ladies? The ladies match, Survivor Series match. Oh, that's
going to end with Liv Morgan being the sole survivor.
Bianca Belair is gonna get eliminated,
like she did last year. Remember, Lana was the sole survivor last year.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yo, why do SmackDown got TBA ones? You know that SmackDown doesn't even have 5.
They don't.
No.
Who's the 4?
The 4 is Drew McIntyre, Xavier Wood, Jeff Hardy.
No. It's Sheamus.
Oh, Sheamus. Right. Okay, Sheamus is.
Ricochet and
Cesaro's going to eliminate Sheamus.
Right,
oh wait, no, they're on the same team. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, they on the same team.
Somebody. Well,
But what's the 5th? Who's the 5th lady for Team SmackDown?
Tony Storm.
Tony Storm. Tony Storm's gonna win because they're positioning her to fight. It's gonna come down to Tony Storm and Liv Morgan.
Wow. Out of all these,
I predict Zelina's gonna be the first one to get eliminated.
Zelina?
Yep.
Queen Zelina? What did that even do for Zelina Vega exactly? Your face is priceless. DeAndre.
I got Team Raw winning. I don't think it's gonna be a clean sweep this year, and I think that Bianca, they have to protect her. She's in loss and loss and loss.
I think they don't care about her anymore.
Right. See, and that's the problem. Like people losing interest. So I got Team Raw. Hopefully that creative can get it right, but I do think Team Raw wins it.
I go out on a limb and say the whole Team Raw women, win the whole thing. None of them get eliminated.
I don't know. Sasha Banks in this involved.
And then remember, Team SmackDown has been imploding with
Sasha Banks is going to get eliminated because of Shotzi.
Yep.
Oh, okay. You know what? I can see it going down that way then. I can see it from that perspective. I can see that happening. I can see the whole entire SmackDown roster just totally imploding, just like you said. Yep, absolutely. I think they're building up Liv Morgan versus Becky Lynch though.
Yeah, but they're also building up Toni Storm versus Charlotte.
Charlotte too. Yep, absolutely. Agreed.
I guarantee you that match goes less than 10 minutes.
Wow.
I'm gonna say that the men's battle royal is gonna be longer than that elimination match.
I could see that. I could definitely see that.
Question.
And that battle royal should have been like a pre-show, not Nakamura versus Priest. That should have been the regular match.
See, that's disrespectful. That's when you say you don't how you put the battle royal on the main show, but you got the secondary title holders on the pre-show.
Speaking of the secondary holders, we talking about
Damian Priest is winning that. All my confidence is on Damian Priest winning that one.
Shinsuke and Damian Priest. I got Damian Priest. I think he needs it more.
It looks like Nakamura. It looks like Nakamura about to go into a feud with Angel Garza.
Right.
A feud with Angel. I just want y'all to remember that Angel Garza is still a WWE employee, but the Fiend got cut.
What if the Fiend comes back tonight?
Stop. Bro, you throwing a lot of gems and jewels out here. WWE got this damn smart.
I don't put it past WWE. They know they got competition looming around the corner.
I thought AEW wasn't competition to them.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm just saying.
It sounds good in theory.
Liam.
Wow. All right. With that being said,
I got Damian.
Yeah,
Priest,
go ahead.
by the way.
You got Damian Priest, D-Man?
I'm with y'all. I got Damian Priest also.
And like the problem is with Shinsuke Nakamura, he hasn't defended his Intercontinental Champion ever since he won it, if I could remember correctly.
Yeah, they say I think they say he's defended it like 2 or 3 times since he's won it.
Oh yeah, that's right. My bad.
That's still nothing though, if you think about it.
It's not.
Yo, the way y'all got this sounding like Survivor Series is about to be a 2-hour show.
The way it's looking like it's about to be.
Yeah.
It's gonna start at 8 o'clock. It's gonna be over by 10:30.
Wow. All right. With that being said, we already done did the match card. Wow.
Now you didn't do the battle royal.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, the battle royal.
And you didn't do the Usos and RK Bro.
Oh, right. Those matches too. Oh my goodness. See, that's how quick I forgot about those 2 matches. You see how quick I forgot about those matches? That's how unimportant these matches is. Like, really? RK Bro and the Usos?
Yeah, like, okay, so what boggles my mind, right, is WWE had the perfect opportunity to just build this whole New Day versus Bloodline thing all the way to Survivor Series. Why you just didn't keep New Day on Raw? New Day could have been tag team champions by now. You could have had another classic Uso New Day match.
Yep.
Everything would have flowed so perfectly.
Who knew that Kofi would get injured though?
I don't even think he's injured. I think his wife has gave birth.
Right, like
Oh,
storyline.
Yeah,
No,
storyline
he's
was the
not
same one, but I think his wife gave
injured. Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what it is.
JaAndre, what'd you say? Oh, he said that's exactly what it
Yeah,
is.
it puts you at a no-win situation. You don't want the Usos to lose, but you don't want RK Bro to lose either. I'd have drafted Hit Row to Raw, had them win the tag team belts from whoever it was, and they would have been just fighting the Usos, and that way one of them could have took the loss, and then got fired the next day.
And then got fired. Did you just say, yo, he said it just got fired the next day. But,
Yo, fire is in WWE now. It's just like eating dinner, man. It happens every day now.
Lord Jesus. I think the Usos won this match.
I think so too. For some odd reason, I feel like, especially if The Rock is coming tonight, if he's coming tonight, the narrative is the Samoans are gonna be strong tonight.
Cheers to that.
I got the Usos though, but I think a few months later, I could see Randy Orton and Riddle lose the tag team champions soon, and they're going to be feud at
Yep.
time at WrestleMania.
But who you think they'll lose the titles to? Because they ain't really no tag teams.
It really ain't.
That's
There
like
really
a makeshift
isn't.
team. I know I hate seeing things over and over again, but if I was WWE, I just would have reunited the bar and put them back together again. It would have gave Cesaro and Sheamus both something to do.
Dropping jewels again. I'm telling you, we should book WWE. We need to come up with an advertising, some type of consultant. Consulting.
I'm trying to think in my head, like which tag teams are actually on Raw besides RK Bro, AJ and Omos, but I don't even count that anymore.
Wow. Oh, so I just got something sent. It's interesting. It's actually in the group. Ian Rakelli said, "Here's the odds to win for tonight." He said, "Also, I'm picking all favorites to win because I trust odd makers due to not watching WWE for months." He said, "RK Bro minus 200, Damian Priest minus 350, Team Raw minus 165, Team SmackDown Men minus 200." Becky Lynch minus 400, Roman Reigns minus 500. Those are his predictions.
There you go.
Well, I agree with Roman, Becky. I agree with Raw women, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree with. I agree with Damian Priest too. I don't agree with RK Bro though, and I don't think the SmackDown men gonna win either.
I don't think so. I don't think so either, especially if Roman's winning. You got to give Team Raw something.
Yeah, I don't know. This ain't like last year when Team NXT was involved. Remember that?
And even then, everybody thought that they probably would have lost. They did lose, but they ended up lasting longer than Team Raw did.
Yeah, definitely. All right. More wrestling news. All right. I mean, those are the match cards. That was easy. That was a 45-minute quick.
That sounded like a Raw card.
It did, man. Yo, you see how uninterested it seemed like everybody was? Everybody seemed real uninterested. All right. Well, it's time for me to ask you questions. Rel, it's time to put you on the forefront on the spotlight again this week. Last time, somehow my power went out. This week, my power not going out this week. I gotta ask you, since we're talking wrestling, might as well keep it on the forefront of what we talk about, a lot of highlights, things of that nature. I had a highlight I need you to explain to me. And I think we actually might have made this come into fruition. But I'm going to play it. Why not? I'm going to play this, and you're going to tell me what in the world is going on with this. Last week, we were doing AEW rosters. We were being the GMs. And we mentioned this. And then all of a sudden, it happened. Happy holidays.
I can't do it. No. Hey. Maxwell here, who, by the way, could defeat any one of your heroes with a simple headlock takeover. He would appreciate absolute silence at this time. I tried. You tried, baby. That's why you're a good friend. And a great accountability buddy. Norfolk, Virginia. Let me explain something to you bumpkins, although I know everything's gonna go over your head. You are looking at the guy that checks all the boxes inside this ring on this microphone. I am easily the most complete pro wrestler on the planet. I am the man who will start a bidding war in the year 2024. I am the past, the present, and the future of professional wrestling. And moreover, if I wanted to, I could take your hometown horse and send him straight to the glue factory. Hell, I could take a big old cowboy shit right on his title reign. But the rankings don't tell you that story, do they? No, because the rankings don't tell you the truth. And the truth is, even though you people hate me oh so much, you all know deep down, I deserve to be the next AEW World Champion.
Says the guy that wrestles 3 times a year.
Because nobody in that locker room is nearly as good as me. Nobody in that locker room is on my level.
Well, somebody just might have something to say about that statement. When you're talking about who's on whose level. CM Punk.
Rails. I think we put this in fruition. I think we had a conversation last week before this happened. And sure enough, somebody watching, somebody is listening, somebody is paying attention. The difference between WWE and AEW. Somebody paying attention, bro.
Let me ask you a question. What do you think is a bigger impact from this week's Dynamite? That the beginning of the start of that feud, or the Bryan Danielson heel turn?
That's a great question. I think Daniel Bryan's heel turn is probably. You know what else we saw? Did you see the moment with Sting and Billy Gunn?
And you know damn well Billy Gunn would have no problem taking the loss for Sting if he had to.
Right. Are we watching NWO versus DX all over?
He can get his revenge now from WrestleMania when he lost to Triple H. Remember?
Right? Yes, I was saying that. You knew damn well, yo. You knew damn well Triple H wasn't losing. You knew that. I'm like, they're not gonna have WCW come in here and win that. Are you serious?
And then the crazy part is what their excuse for why they did it, because they were planning a feud between The Rock and Triple H the next year, so they didn't want Triple H to lose. That is the most bogus. Because remember, later on he came out, and that's when Ronda Rousey flipped Stephanie.
Yes, I remember that. And then we didn't get the match that we really wanted. we got an entertainment tag.
Like, there was no way Sting should have lost that match. I'm sorry. No way. No way.
We got a total mixed tag match. Which we all knew neither one of them was taking a pin.
That is a fact.
Rock or Triple H. So
that's just another McMahon losing at WrestleMania.
Right. Who cares? Shane does it all the time.
Exactly. Vince
right.
Too.
Yeah, and Vince too. Absolutely. I think Brian Danielson's heel turns probably. But we gotta talk about this. This is mind versus mind. Two different minds. We got the pipe bomb, and then we got the smoking hot heel in MJF.
Their promos alone is going to be worth the price of admission. I just need to figure out when Wardlow's turning on MJF.
Yeah.
Because this whole Wardlow thing reminds me so much of when Batista turned on Triple H.
Yeah, it does.
Wardlow reminds me of, and the funny thing is that wouldn't even surprise me because a lot of people say Wardlow gives off Batista vibes. It wouldn't surprise me is the reason why Wardlow started doing that powerbomb recently.
See? More jewels being dropped. I thought AEW didn't want to be WWE though. Wait a minute. I just saw something else that was real similar.
You know what's crazy? If I was AEW, I would be like, you know what? I guarantee I could take your storylines and recycle them and make them better.
Dropping jewels. Again, dropping more jewels. Maybe is that? Do you think that's what AEW is doing with some of this stuff?
Well, it can't be the whole Wardlow thing because that Batista turn was flawlessly done. That was long-term storytelling at its finest. Because they dragged that from about, I want to say maybe December, all the way up into like March, which before Batista finally did turn.
Yo, I just saw Sean Spears dressing up like the 1990s Rock. Did you see that?
So you're trying to say Rock is showing up in AEW?
No. But it's funny that he dressed up like the 90s Rock, though. You know?
How crazy would that be, though? If they pulled some coup like that and Rock ended up in AEW.
I'd be... What?
Tony Khan has the money to do it if he really wanted to.
Money's
no issue.
Oh my God. You see these jewels you be dropping today. You got my head.
Realistically, that's not going to happen, but
well, I know
he wanted to spend that money to get the
man. He could. You're right. He definitely could. I mean, he literally came out. If I took a picture from Rock, back with the black, he had the black turtleneck white shirt with the Rock glass. I'm like, that's an interesting concept. It's the 25th anniversary of the Rock in Survivor Series, and for the first time, we see somebody on AEW dressed like the Rock.
Funny thing is, sometimes with the stuff that both companies do, you would think that they're working together behind the scenes and just playing on both of us because they do a lot of stuff where it's almost like,
right. I thought that you know when I started really thinking that might be the case. Is when we saw Jericho Tyson.
I thought it might have been the case when he was on Broken Skulls podcast.
Oh, Jericho?
Yeah, he was on Broken Skulls.
Right. And you are AEW wrestler.
Mm-hmm. And they did mention AEW in it.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Listen, so it's survival of the fittest right now. Survivor Series coming on tonight. It is 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. Correct?
Mm-hmm. I think it's pre-show 7:30.
Pre-show 7:30. Oh, this is terribly booked. Yeah, yo, the way this
might be so terribly booked because
tonight. I'm telling you, the end of the night.
Yo, that show could be booked to shits. And The Rock come out at the end of the night, and nobody's gonna remember anything else that happened earlier.
Nope. If the Fiend come back tonight, nobody's gonna remember what happened.
Shit, if Brock comes back at the end of the night, nobody's gonna care what happened either.
Right.
But he'd have to destroy Brock. He'd have to destroy Roman. I mean, he'd have to destroy him.
So we got three different things that could happen at the end of the night. Which one do you think is most likely? The Rock showing up tonight, Brock showing up tonight, or the Fiend showing up tonight?
I'm gonna say the Rock or Brock. One of the two. I might say Rock. I might go on for limb and say Rock because it is 25th anniversary.
So you think the Fiend is not?
Nah. I think the Fiend somehow is AEW bound.
That's a gut-wrenching thought. That's gut-wrenching. That means we may never see the Demon versus the Fiend, which I thought would have been phenomenal.
Probably not.
That sucks. That's going to suck. Well, dang, we already an hour in. Dude, that was quick.
Mm-hmm.
That was quick as hell. That hour flew by very fast. Wow. With that being
something you enjoy, it's easy. Time flies.
Right. Man, listen. With that being said, 7 o'clock tonight. Get ready. Buffalo Bills edition to Rise Up Early coming on. Bros, you might get an invite. I might get you the invite. You talked about the Bills before this show. I might have to hear what you got to say about the Bills. I'm going to put you on a network show tonight. Put you on the Bills joint and see rock out with us, talk about this damn Bills first and foremost. But you are watching JAWU, by the way, Jeremiah Andres Wrestling United. We will be back again real soon. Make sure y'all enjoy Survivor Series. We did this real quick, real fast. And if you didn't see the energy in here, that's because the energy isn't there. The energy.
That's another thing we could blame WWE booking and creative for.
Yes, another. Yeah, what a doozy yeah. Oh, before we go, because we got 50 seconds. Will Survivor Series be one of the worst pay-per-views coming up?
No. I would say worst booked show, but worst pay-per-view, no. Because they have too much talent for it to be the worst show ever. Okay. But I say poorly booked, I would say yeah. But worst show, nah. Okay. I don't think so.
So what was the worst show this year you've seen WWE put on?
Every Raw.
Oh, I was talking about pay-per-views. Every Raw. That's a gimme.
I would say probably the pay-per-view where The Miz won the title, where Lashley beat up McIntyre. I would have to say that one. Because there's no way they should never have The Miz near the WWE Championship again.
With that being said, you heard it first. This is JAWU. We will see you next week or in a couple weeks, next pay-per-view. Nevertheless, tune in 35 minutes from now. All right, 35 minutes from now. See y'all later.